Hey, what's up guys? I just thought I'd show you this one, but before I do I just want to apologise about the previous video. It wasn't really that good. Well, it was short, weren't it? Let's be honest. And yeah, it wasn't really that good, must admit. I do apologise about not uploading it this morning, but I was called into work early. So yeah, so I didn't actually have time to set it going before I actually went into work. Anyway, this is not going to be about quests or anything. Um, but what it is going to be about is about. I thought I'd do like a top five tips for players from round about level 5 to 10. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is when you're reaching level 5 to 10, then you're just venturing out of like Solar City and discovering the map type of thing. So I thought I'd do top five um, tips for like players from like 5 to 10, maybe 11 and 12 maybe, but certainly 5 to 10. So the first tip that I'm going to say is just let me move away from all this. So the first thing that I'm going to say is when you start and you venture off out and let's say you go into the MTE and things like that, I did a video about collecting the power supply and things like that. Well, not only that, but try and collect as much as you can and sell it. And the reason being is when you reach level 10, you get certain items that are actually quite good. So you get your hunting knife, which is that, right, which is a really good knife. You'll have that hunting knife all the way through till you reach level 35. I think 35 is the highest. I might be mistaken in that. But yeah, it is the best knife, I think. Possibly, maybe. No, actually, I'm not too sure whether it is or not. But it is a really good knife. You get it at level 10. You can pay for it. It costs you 5,000 credits, which is why that I've said about um, you know, try and get as much money as you can, collect everything, take it back, sell it, and keep your money. Right? Try not to spend too much of your money because when you reach level 10, you will also get as well your armored, no, sorry, reinforced pants as well, which I think cost about 2,500 credits maybe. So yeah, so if I were you, I would save up, I would collect stuff, and I would sell as much as you can, even things like meat and things like that. Try and sell it at the barman because I think you get a better price at the barman. And if you can't, then sell it to Rafik. So that is my first one, the first tip to give you. The second tip is when you level up, try and save your character points. Now, reason why I'm saying that is certain guns have certain character skills that you have to have. So, for instance, no, actually, I could have done it with that. So, character, oh no, these. So I've got my strength on 7, dexterity on 4, stamina 7. Now there might be a gun that I want, and the dexterity could be 5. Now I can't get it, right? Because I've got no more points left here. So work out, especially now with the changes, work out what gun you want and what character skills. So you can actually do that by going on the goods, going down. Let's say if let's do it. Let's say if you want the coyote there. So if you click on the info, now you see it doesn't matter about um, if I've got a level 20 character. If my dexterity isn't 5, I can't get it. So you need to check which guns that you want or you like. So let's say if you want the MP5, you need to be level 16. I have to have a dexterity of 5 and intelligence of 3. So that's why I said save your character skills, right, for the guns that you might want, right, and plan ahead. And also, while you're doing that as well, save your class skills as well. Um, I mean, it's like these. I've got 4 points. Now what I'm going to do is save them until I reach level 12. I am level 11 at the minute. Level 11 at the minute. So I only need one more level and then I can get that. I don't want to go to level 12 and have no points to actually put it on. So save your points if you can. So that is my tip number 2. Tip number 3 for you is when you reach like level 10, say, and you go, right, I'm going to buy some reinforced pants and I'm going to put some armour on it. Now what you can do, you can equip it like that, right, and then you can run round, right? But I don't know if you know, if you take it off, take your pants off, and then run round, you run faster, right, which means you can travel further. So let's say if you come out of Solar City, for instance, hang on, just let me move away from that guy. Let's go over here again, out of the way. Right, so let's say if you come out of Solar City, like I say, if you are advanced, and then you're going to be scouting the map a bit more and going off and going down to Minarev's mine and things like that, you're going to be running a lot. So take off your take your pants off, and then you can run further because you know that if you run down here, there's only a couple of rats here, and then here there's a couple of dogs. So what you could do is you could take your reinforced pants off, run down there. You can run further through there. You might have to put them back on here. Me personally, I've not really had that much of a problem with them, to be honest. The dogs there, and even if you do die, you just spawn in here anyway, right? So yeah, so work out where to put your armor on, when you can take your armor off and run. And let's say if you go into, oh geez, I don't know. Let's say if you're running through here, right, then put your armor back on because you've got the boars round here, and as well, you can go through here, but there are boars round here anyway. So yeah, so round the map, you get to know where to put your armor on and when to take it off because it does help. It really does. And what you can do is you can put them on, but then you can remove your plates as well, right? And it'll make you run quicker. So that is number 3. Number 4 is, I don't know if you've noticed, but I pretty much always carry cider on me, especially at low level. Right, and that is because my stamina isn't really that high. Right, it's not as high as what my level 25 or 26 character, I think it is now, is at. So that character, my level 26 character, can run for a long time, right? So I don't need that much cider. This character, and especially when you start, your stamina isn't all that high. I don't know if people know as well that every single like level that you go up, it adds a little bit of health and a little bit of stamina to you as well. I'm sure it does. So yeah, so tip number 4 really is to carry cider with you, and then you can run a long distance. Now then, this next tip, I have actually been wondering whether to mention it, right? Because I don't think a lot of people know about it. But then again, I hope people will take this information and use it wisely. I must admit. Now, when you run round, right, you might see lots of bags everywhere, stashes, right? I don't think a lot of people know that you can actually loot these stashes. There are a lot in the spider cave, I've noticed. They're just there on the floor, right? And I'm going to tell you how you can loot them, right? Because I want you to get the information so you know that your stashes are not protected, right? And this is what happens. Right, you're in PvE mode, right? Which means people can't shoot you or anything like that, and it's not PvP, it is PvE, right? What happens is, when people put stashes down, right? I'm going to put a stash down. I'm going to put them in. Okay, right? That's a stash, right? Somebody in PvE cannot access that, right? They can't access that bag, right? Because they're in PvE mode. What they can do, right, is change from PvE to the PvP mode and then loot bags. Now, do I think it's right? No, I don't. What I do think they should do is the person that goes into PvP, if he's got any bags lying about, then his bags should be lootable and not everybody else's. So I'm going to demonstrate this to you. You have to bear with me. Right, so I've put them in there, right? And as you can see, as you can see, I am in PvP disabled, right? You have to be in a safe zone to enable it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into my other character and then show you what can actually happen. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to quit that. Like that. Right, I'm going to do play. Choose the server that I'm on. Choose my character. Wait for it to load up. Like this. I'm going to press the full stop. I am in PvP mode. Right? So I am in, people can kill me, right? But I can kill them. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go around here, go up to this bag, do that, take them. And you can see it's Burping Beaver's bag and not mine. Right, so what I could do now is I can go around and I can loot everybody's stash. So if you are putting a stash bag down, make sure it's well hidden, right? Don't leave it out in the open, right? And make sure it's well hidden. And whatever you put in there, just remember, people can loot it. Don't think people can't loot it, right? I don't think a lot of people know about this. Now, I don't know if this is going to be a backlash. Just let me go back onto my other character. I don't know if there's going to be a backlash and if people are actually going to do this, but I really don't want you putting your bags down and thinking that nobody can loot them. Like I said, I really did think about whether telling people this, but I didn't want it that if you put the bag down, right, and then you come back to it and all your stuff is gone and you go, well, what's happened to my stuff? The reason why the bag's gone now is because I've took everything out of it. Right, so what people can do is they can just put like, I don't know, like a nettle in there for you. They'll take all your stuff and they can put a nettle in there for you. So I just thought I'd share that with you, as well as the other four. I just think if you are going to put the stash down, just remember it can be looted. Right, and what you can do is you can go into PvP mode, then about 20 minutes later or something, you can come back into PvE mode. So you can run round, loot loads of bags, and then people can't really do much. Do I like it? No, I don't. I don't like it at all, not one bit. What I would like to happen is the person, like I say, the person that goes into PvP, then his bags can be looted. You shouldn't have to worry about your stashes being looted because somebody else has gone into PvP mode. I just think it should be if your character goes into PvP mode, then it's your bags that can be looted. So I just thought I'd share that with you. Like I said, I just don't want you to think that you can put your bags down anywhere out in the open and people can't loot it. So I do hope that you like these. I hope that you found them interesting, and I do hope that they help you out. Like I said, I'm just trying to share the love. And that last one about the stashes, I was humming and hawing whether to actually mention it, but like I said, I don't want you to lose your stuff. I want you to be careful, and I want you to keep your stuff. So I do hope that you like this. If you did like it, please like and subscribe and leave a comment, and I will see you in the next one.